After months of waiting for new information, today on the PlayStation State of Play Showcase, we get, finally, after almost a year now, brand new footage at Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the official sequel to both Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man Miles Morales from PlayStation. Guys, we finally see new footage, and man, this game is gonna be crazy.
Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
And now for our feature presentation.
So earlier today, we had the PlayStation State of Play Showcase, a big showcase that was going to introduce both games that we knew were coming out and games that they were going to announce upcoming either this year, next year, or the next following year. And among those, many people were waiting and hoping for the sequel to Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man 2, ever since it was announced around last year with the teaser trailer that showed Peter and Miles facing off against what seemed to be Kraven and Venom. And while those two are definitely confirmed, we have many more characters that we didn't expect from both the last game and that hadn't showed up from the last game to be showing up within this game. Yeah, I know I said game a lot, but hey, just roll with me here, because I'm still excited after seeing this footage. After going through multiple other games, including Street Fighter and Assassin's Creed, we finally get a full trailer for Spider-Man 2. Now let's talk about it. The trailer opens up with us, and at first, a lot of people didn't realize this was actually Spider-Man, but it opens up in the jungle where we meet a young Sergei Kravenov, aka Kraven the Hunter. And I say a young Sergei because this is most likely Kraven's son Sergei. If you didn't know, he has a family, and his son is named after him. So we will get to see his son within this game as well, as his father then shows up basically to finally give us a first look at Kraven. And might I say, the comic book accuracy with this one is strong, because this is just straight up what you see when it comes to Kraven in the comics. I really like the design they went for this. I really like how they kept it connected. But yeah, Kraven is now looking for that ultimate hunt, and it looks like his team has found it. And of course, we know that he's going up against Peter and Miles in the game, but by the look of his blueprints, it looks like other characters are going to be involved in this as well, such as Aaron Davis, Miles' uncle, aka the Prowler, Black Cat, who was in the last game, as well as other characters like Taskmaster that you wouldn't expect, and one that is important for this video, Lizard, who wasn't in any of the previous games, but will be in this one as we see him within this gameplay footage. Another thing to bring up is what the characters have been up to, because we haven't gotten anything in terms of Spider-Man PS4 PlayStation content, though recently on Free Comic Book Day there was released a comic book called Spider-Man 2, which is a tie-in to the game that's coming up, as more of a prequel, seeing what the characters have been up to, showing that Peter has actually moved back into his childhood home where he grew up with Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and has bought back the home ever since Aunt May's death in the first game. And Miles is currently working on getting into college. The characters are currently working on that. But as we open up with gameplay, we actually see these enforcements of Kraven going on to, well, the Aunt May house, suggesting that in this game, Kraven finds out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, or at least knows that Spider-Man is holed up in there. But as they come to attack, they are then intercepted by Spider-Man wearing the symbiote suit. That is right. Not only will we have to face Venom in this game, Peter will be wearing the suit in this game. And based upon dialogue, this is either the first time that Peter has worn the suit in this universe, or at least the first time in a long time, but very much the first time for someone like Miles to experience this. Another thing that we get to see within this is the gameplay. The graphics of it look very, very much similar to the first game and the Miles spinoff game, but with just a little bit more improvements. And man, oh man, The fight sequences with the symbiote suits are literally insane. Another faction that they bring up, though, is, well, they're going up against the Lizard in this. Again, as I said, he's not only hunting both Peter and Miles, he's hunting a bunch of other characters within New York as well. And Lizard's on the target. And while Peter might not be able to make it there soon enough, Miles is thankfully in the area, along with Genki, who was returned from the last game to help him out, while hacking technology and even hacking drones within the game. We get to see a bit of Miles' gameplay and see that his powers have actually evolved since the last time. Remember, his lightning ability, Venom Blast, is usually seen as like yellowy orange in the game and within the comics, but in this game, while he does retain that, he also has a blue lightning as well, which I'm guessing is potentially his like higher power, as we see him being able to what looks like almost instant teleports. Also, his suit has the, you know, iconic Spider-Man web wing thing that allows him to glide, so that is going to be very great to play as, and I really cannot wait for this game to come out so I can play it. But yes, we see him track down the Lizard as well as take on a bunch of Kraven's men who are after him. But the Lizard has escaped, but not after snacking on a few people. Peter shows up in black suits, terrifying the crap out of Miles and Genki, who was taking control of one of the drones, and they soon intercept Lizard, and it's basically an entire chase sequence of Kraven and the Spider-Man going up against each other and going up against the Lizard. Chaos ensuing over the waters and over the warehouses. It is a literal insane gameplay, all leading to some very inventive moves. Seeing Miles using his Venom Blast abilities in new ways, and seeing Peter using the symbiote suit in a very interesting way when it comes to all the gameplay. Also, as you notice it, as you probably would have guessed, with Peter having the symbiote suit, it of course means that he's become a lot more aggressive. Because as we know, whenever he wears that suit, it may not be the suit that's influencing him, but the power that definitely gets to his head. We've seen it in Spider-Man 3, the movie I mean. We've seen it in the comics. We've seen it in Spectacular Spider-Man. Whenever someone is wearing that suit, their attitude goes up to an 11 most of the time. But yeah, throughout this, we see a lot of inventive stuff. Now, they did reveal that there is no co-op, but it looks like you'll be switching in between characters. You'll obviously be able to switch in between Peter and Miles, which makes me wonder how they're going to do that within the game. Like, are certain points going to be achieved by playing Peter or Miles? Are you going to be able to switch beyond? Is it going to have a different experience for each person who plays it based on who you're playing as? But that also gives the question, could you potentially play as any of the other characters? Because again, we see that other targets on the list are Taskmaster, Black Cat, and Prowler, and potentially a few others that might even show up in here. Hell, in the comic book, we even saw the iconic character, the Hood, who was also going to show up in the MCU, and Ironhearts show up within their universe as well. Who knows how many characters Kraven's got on his list and how many we might be able to play as. But as the game ends, we also see that Miles is noticing, as I said before, Peter is getting a lot more aggressive, and as Genki has even said, and by the way, it's also revealed that Genki knows Peter is Spider-Man as well, it's obvious that something is wrong with him and that symbiote suit is affecting him. And yeah, that's pretty much all we get. A whole, like, 12-minute trailer, basically, of the entire gameplay, which I will link down below so you guys can see it for yourself if you have not seen it or even knew that this came out. But yeah, guys, Spider-Man 2 will be coming out this fall. No official release date as of right now. We just know it's coming out in the fall, as confirmed by, well, this trailer and also by the comic that I had mentioned previously. So again, all we know about the story so far, Kraven's after both Spider-Man. Peter is trying to keep his relationship with Mary Jane afloat while also juggling taxes that Aunt May had left behind. Miles is trying to get into college. And we have a bunch of superpowered beings, both heroes and villains, that Kraven is after. And Peter is going to be wrestling with the symbiote suit. And yeah, that's all we know. No look at Eddie Brock within this trailer either, but I think we get a pretty good idea on how symbiote gameplay works, and it's going to be very interesting to see, again, if this is the first time that Peter has had the black suit in this universe, which, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that he has seen the suit, because again, if you guys didn't know, Peter Parker was also involved in the events of the official sequel to the Spider-Verse comic book Spider-Geddon. While he has seen symbiote people before, this is going to be his first time dealing with it. Again, if this is really the first time that he is dealing with this suit in this universe. So it's going to be very interesting to see the symbiote story through a different perspective. Also with Miles being there and seeing how Miles might be able to help him with it. Since, for many of you who don't know, Miles also has a greater connection to the symbiotes in the comics as well, especially dealing with characters like Venom and Carnage. But yeah, guys, that is it. I just wanted to make a quick video talking about this because, man, I am ecstatic. I am super, super excited for this game to come out. I just got to get a PS5, but hopefully I'll be able to make that happen. Again, no official confirmation on exactly when this game comes out or when pre-orders come up, but definitely look out because we will be talking about the story as it progresses. But what did you guys think about this gameplay trailer? Are you ecstatic? Are you excited to return to the world of the PS4, PlayStation, Peter and Miles Spider-Man universe? Let us know down below. And guys, I will catch you all in the next video. This is J King signing off.